That doesn't clear Johnny from suspicion just yet. Hey everyone, Henriello here, welcome back. Right now we are going to watch Suspicion, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, starring Cary Grant and Joan Fontaine. Now I first knew of Cary Grant in North by Northwest and Joan Fontaine in Rebecca. So this time we're gonna see both of them come together and star in this Suspicion movie. Oh yes, this is also besides it being a thriller genre, it's also a romance genre, so that's why there's this music, which reminds me of Rebecca.
See your tickets, please. I'm afraid you're in the wrong compartment, sir. This is a third-class ticket, sir.
Now, what sort of line is this, selling third-class tickets at first-class prices?
5 and 4 pence extra, sir.
Do you suppose the line would settle for 5 and 2 halfpenny?
Can you pay when you get to the station?
I hate to presume on our short acquaintance, but have you any change? Oh, there you are. That'll do. That stamp. Oh, it's legal tender, old boy. Legal tender.
Johnny.
Can't be the same girl. Introduce me to her, will you?
Certainly not. She's a very carefully brought up young lady.
So many dogs. Is it like a hunting party?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
May I introduce Mr. Aesgarth?
Johnny insisted on meeting you.
Why?
Well, I'm told the sight of a really eligible male is a rare treat in this part of the country. You don't want to be late for church, do you?
Did you all come to take me to church? If you want to come.
Well, naturally, we'd love to have you.
That's very kind of you. I think I will come.
Good.
Yes, quite different from her more timid and meek attitude in Rebecca.
Where are you rushing to?
To church, Mother.
What I
I've
thought.
changed my mind.
Shall I go with you?
No, thanks. I'm going with the bar.
Isn't that Miss Froy? It is, isn't it? Miss Froy from The Lady Vanishes.
Not really going to church, are you? Are you coming for a walk with me? I'll toss you for it. Heads you do, tails you don't, huh?
Mother.
Heads it is. Oh, that's very windy.
What did you think I was trying to do? Kill you? You thought I was going to kiss you, didn't you? I was merely reaching around you, trying to fix your hair.
I can't understand men like you. You always give me the feeling that you're laughing at me.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Your usipital mapillary is quite beautiful.
Yo, what?
That.
You don't need to touch
the
it.
collarbone.
That's good.
Okay, now he's making fun of her.
You look more like a monkey with a bit of mirror. What does your family call you, monkey face?
Wow, that is insulting.
Please don't bother to come any further.
Well, I'll be back for you at 3 o'clock.
I can't come out this afternoon.
Yes, you can. Don't forget, 3 o'clock.
Lena will never marry. She's not the marrying sort.
Apparently he won't take no for an answer.
You're right here. Afraid she is rather spinsterish.
Oh, okay. Now it kind of seems like she's going to do this despite her parents.
I went for a walk with a man.
A man?
His name's John Aesgarth.
Pity he's turned out so wild.
Why did you say that John Aesgarth was wild, Father?
Well, he was turned out of some club for cheating at cards, wasn't he?
Lord Middleham would have had him there if he'd been turned out of a club for cheating.
Well, perhaps it wasn't cards. Maybe no woman.
Anyway, I'm going to see him again. Calling for me this afternoon at 3. You can't. Of course, I understand.
Okay, at least he informed her.
Hello? Is Mr. John Aesgarth there, please? Oh, he isn't.
Nothing, Miss McLeod.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Oh, now she's actively seeking him. Hunt ball.
Aren't you going to wear your new dress?
No, Mother, I'm not in the mood.
Haven't a temperature, have you?
I don't know.
A telegram for you, miss. Thank you.
It's probably from Johnny saying that he'll be at the hunt ball.
Here's the aspirin, dear.
What for?
Your headache.
Oh, that's gone.
Yeah, her headache's gone. Oh, she really got infatuated with Johnny. Love makes all sickness disappear. She's even got her best dress, which shows off her occipital mapillary.
General McLeod, I'm John Aesgarth.
I don't recall having invited you in my party.
Hello, Johnny.
Hello,
Hello,
Lena.
Johnny.
Johnny, we
Hello.
were wondering whether you...
Oh, popular guy.
Hello, monkey face.
Hello, Johnny. But we can't do this.
Taking a little walk. Again.
Have you ever been kissed in a car?
Never.
Would Would you like to be?
Yes.
You're the first woman I've ever met who said yes when she meant yes.
What did the others say?
Hanged if I know anything but yes.
You're saying that women usually say yes but mean no? I thought it was the other way around.
I hope I'm not saying the wrong thing, but I love you.
I think I'm falling in love with you and I don't quite like it. That's why I stayed away from you for a week. Well, how can you be so calm? Look at me, look. I'm shaky.
I think it's because for the first time in my life, I know what I want. Here we are in my home, the house that I was born in, alone and together, my favorite room.
He doesn't like me.
I know.
I'm no good to her. I can only bring her unhappiness. It's all true, every word he isn't saying.
I love him, Father.
Did you see him jump?
I did.
You'd see him jump if you just go back to the ball and ask him.
I have the honor of asking for your daughter's hand in marriage.
That escalated quickly. She running away.
I was just going down to the post.
Could you stop at Marshall's and get me some more of this green wool? Where'd I put it?
Somehow I get the feeling she's not coming back.
You'll be late for tea, dear.
She's not gonna tell her parents about it because she knows that they won't accept it. Monte Carlo.
How'd you like it, Mrs. Agegarth? Because if you don't like it, just blame it all on Mr. Bailey.
It's wonderful.
Oh, in that case, you're talking to the right man.
What should we do about the bill?
Drop it on that pretty little table on your way out, Bailey, old boy.
Does he have the money for all of this though?
I never dreamt I would have such a gorgeous place. I'm sure you can afford it.
That's a good question.
Are you sure?
Let's go in the drawing room.
He's avoiding the question. The reason I suspect his finances is because he couldn't even afford the 3 pence back at the train.
Beg your pardon. A telegram for you, sir.
It's from an old friend of mine. He wants £1,000.
What does he want it for?
Probably because I borrowed it from him.
Hmm.
I was going on a honeymoon with the loveliest girl in the world, and I wanted her to be happy.
Didn't you have any money of your own?
No, not a shilling.
I see. He's a big spender.
I'll take care of old Henry somehow.
He's gonna borrow money from someone else to return the 1,000.
I've been broke all my life.
Whatever made you take this extravagant house?
Great question.
Isn't it silly to spend the best years of our lives waiting? Why not be comfortable now?
That can be quite a destructive thought.
My income will never pay for all this. Never.
Well, what about your father?
Return the house, damn it.
You wouldn't actually want to live on your wife's allowance, would you?
Well, of course not, darling.
Find a job, perhaps?
The worst comes to the worst, and there's no other way out. I suppose I'll have to
What?
Work.
borrow some more.
What the heck?
You ought to be good for a month or two's housekeeping.
Then what?
I think you must be mad.
Marrying you was the sanest thing I ever did in my life.
Not the sanest thing she ever did. He's a player with no long-term thoughts. Well, he won't last long unless he changes his mindset.
What else is there to do?
You've got to go to work.
Work?
Yes, work.
I'm afraid you're a bit of a dreamer, darling. Let's be practical about this.
You're the dreamer here.
Oh, hello, Mother. Oh, he is? Father's sending us a wedding present. Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me.
Me too. Come on, ask him when he's sending it.
It's coming right away by messenger. How can you be so gay about something that you should be ashamed of?
There's a messenger from General McLeodlow.
Wow, that's fast. Looks like a huge chair or a vanity.
He sent us both of them. These are Father's most precious possessions.
I suspect Johnny might sell them.
Father, oh, you're so good to me that you make me want to cry.
Johnny was expecting cash.
Well, I've just received a letter from my cousin, Captain Melbeck. He wants someone to manage his estate, and I thought I'd take the job.
Fluent liar.
That was a fib about Captain Melbeck, wasn't it?
Was it?
Oh. Well, at least he's willing to take the job and earn some money through hard work.
I'm Beaky Freight.
Oh, you're Beaky.
That's what they used to call me at school. Johnny told me about you, too. I ran into him at Newbury races last week.
The races?
Put my foot in it as usual, have I?
Johnny has a job. He couldn't have been at the races.
Oh, man. Johnny didn't take the job?
Won't you sit down, Mr. Thwaite?
I don't see why not.
There were 2 chairs here this morning before I left.
Chairs?
Obviously, Johnny sold it. Uh, he sold it, got the money, went to bet on the races.
I bet you 20 to 1 that Johnny sold them.
You'd win that bet.
The fella's got to pay his racing debts, hasn't he?
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Put my foot in it again, have I?
Couldn't have sold them. He wouldn't, without asking me.
Here he comes. Just say something about chairs. He doesn't need more than 1 second to invent the most howling lie you ever heard. Your wife seems to be missing some chairs, old boy.
Oh, yes, the chairs. Oh, well, I imagine the American came to get them this morning. He dropped by about a week ago. Friend of Melbeck's. Offered $100 apiece for them. Anyone would take that.
I wouldn't.
Well, that never occurred to me.
Sure didn't.
That's all right. If they're gone, they're gone.
Those are precious chairs. Heirlooms.
You say he offered you $100 apiece for them? Well, let's have a look at the check.
Are you implying that my husband is a liar, Mr. Thwaite?
Don't mind Beaky, he's only joking.
Well, I prefer jokes on other subjects.
Seems like she's in denial. Johnny's gonna flop one day. His debt is gonna keep building up if he keeps betting.
What's the matter?
Oh, I just remembered something.
The chairs are right there.
Mr. Thwaite, I owe you an apology.
Hi, my dear. I forgive you from the bottom of my heart. You mustn't be angry with Johnny. It's a waste of time.
Don't move, just stay like that. I must watch the expressions on your faces. Do you remember that necklace you admired in the shop window in Regent Street? It's yours. I saw the hungry eye you gave it last time we were up in London. It's yours.
But did he win at the races or something? Oh, he's got a dog.
Okay.
That's right. The Goodwood Cup was won today, and I have to back the winner. 10 to 1, and I had £200 on it.
10 to 1, well, that's 2,000 quid.
And I guess he splurged it all.
Oh, I suppose you disapprove of my betting?
No, not with 2,000 quid in her lap, she doesn't.
You sold the chairs to gamble all your money on a horse.
Not exactly. I owed the bookie some money. I got the £200 to pay them off. But then along came this hot tip, and
If you had lost, then you would have no money and still owe the bookies.
I got something that never fails.
what's on? That's it.
I'll make a noise like a duck.
How about you go and buy back those chairs?
Come on, dear.
Well, it's very similar to a duck, really.
It's a receipt from a certain shop for a certain pair of chairs.
Okay. At least he still knew what he had to do.
Well done, old bean.
A present for you. Turn around.
Oh, Mr. Icegar.
Is that a skunk fur? Oh no, sorry, fox fur.
What have you got there, Biggie? Brandy?
Just as well to win.
Well, you know that's not good for you.
Betting's not good for you.
I drink to the last bet that will ever be made by Johnny Aisgar.
The last bet, old bean.
Okay, that's good, assuming you follow through. My goodness.
I've seen this happen before. There's nothing much you can do about it. It'll either kill him or it'll go away by itself.
What's happening exactly?
Sorry, old bean.
One of these days it will kill him.
Oh, what a lot of books. They're for Johnny. Oh, detective stories.
Yes, he adores them.
Abandoned all his vices, has he?
I hope so.
He's much too busy with his job, and he must have taken an afternoon off last Tuesday. He was at the Merchester races.
He just can't get rid of his betting habits. He's addicted to gambling.
Perhaps you'd like to talk to Captain Melbeck. I don't want to impose upon you, but you're Johnny's cousin as well as his employer, and I wanted to talk to you about him. I'm terribly worried.
I told him I wouldn't prosecute.
He borrowed money from Melbeck.
What reason did he give you when I discharged him?
When did you discharge him?
6 weeks ago. We had an unexpected audit, and the account showed a deficit of £2,000.
Oh my goodness. It keeps getting worse.
I'll give him every possible opportunity of replacing the money. But
He didn't win the money from the betting, but he still splurged it all. That is just... that's going overboard. I'm leaving you. About time. Remember to take the chairs as you go. Whoa. It is very important that we never see each other again. I am sure you will be able to... Never mind. Couldn't read on time.
then you've heard.
Yes, I've heard.
I'm terribly sorry.
Nah, no one's gonna believe her apologies anymore. Oh no, he's not talking about that. Oh, her father died.
To my niece, Miss Elsie Chilling, the sum of £5,000. To my daughter Lena and her husband John Aisgar, I bequeath the portrait of myself.
Johnny looks disappointed. He's a liar and a thief. and a gambling addict.
You win, old boy. Do you ever have any regrets that you married me?
Why do you ask that?
She didn't say no.
What about you? Have you any regrets?
Marrying you is the one thing I've never changed my mind about. I want nothing but to spend the rest of my life with you.
I couldn't stop loving you if I tried.
Have you tried?
Once, when I found out you lost your job with Captain Melbeck.
Did he tell you why?
No? Suppose you tell me why.
Oh, well, we just didn't get along.
That was his chance to tell the truth, and he still chose not to do it.
I've always had the notion that the secret of success is to start at the top.
That is if you were at the top, but you're not.
Look at the view. If I had 10,000 pounds or 20,000, I could start a development here.
Nah, you'd bet it all. I bet you'd bet it all if you had that much money.
Or 30,000.
It'll never be enough.
We're about to buy a very beautiful piece of land. And we're going to sell part of it at a profit.
Well, you found somebody to put up the money?
Me?
Really, Beaky? You'd put 30,000 with Johnny?
Now, the company is going to be in my name.
Of course it is.
Speaky, understand?
Perfectly. I think.
Captain Melbeck would like to talk to you on the telephone.
I keep telling you not to worry about it. I've got something on now and I can pay you back within a couple of weeks.
From whom do you buy the land? How much do you pay for it? To whom do you sell it?
Well, that shouldn't be difficult, eh?
Solid questions.
He's president of the whole barrel thingamajig. Gets a salary, writes his own checks.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Oh, Bean has been telling me you're a bit soft in the head. Is that it?
Look here. What right have you to interfere in my affairs?
It's not as if you were both experienced businessmen.
What the devil do you know about business?
What do you know?
If I say it's good, it's good. I don't want any interference from you or anyone else. I thought you might like to know. I'm calling off the real estate plan.
Why? What happened?
Perhaps the land isn't any good. Perhaps I don't like the idea of risking Beaky's money. I won't be responsible for calling the scheme off without first proving to you it's no good. You have to go up there early tomorrow morning and take a look.
Well, why are you so insistent? I don't want to go up there in the morning.
Murder.
Nasty and cold and wet.
Oh, it's a foreshadowing.
Yeah, that one will be big
Oh, that's a nice little overlay. But why would he want to kill Beaky? Oh, because if he killed him, then he wouldn't need to return the 30,000 to Beaky. Isn't it?
He left about 2 hours ago with Mr. Thwaite.
What car did they use?
Mr. Thwaite's, I believe, ma'am.
Wait, do the tire tracks lead directly off the cliff? The tune from the Hunt Ball.
Oh, girl.
Hello, darling.
Oh, the whole place brightened up.
You're very close to losing my life. Do you call that nothing? I didn't realize I was backing the car towards the edge. If old Johnny hadn't taken a flying leap and grabbed the brake, I should be in Kingdom Come by now.
Johnny, I can never tell you how much this means to me.
To you, darling.
Yes, it means a good bit to me, too.
But don't you have to go to Paris?
Paris?
Yes, yes, all my security's over there. I got to go over and cancel all the arrangements for them.
I might drive up as far as London with you. Take you up on that evening out.
Do let him come, Lena.
Well, I don't see very well how I can stop him.
Hooray! Pity he won't come to Paris, will he?
That doesn't clear Johnny from suspicion just yet. It's possible he didn't kill Beaky at the time because Beaky hasn't passed the money to Johnny yet. So Johnny couldn't have him die before he got the money.
My name's Hudson. We're from the county police. I believe you'll know Mr. Thwaite. Perhaps it'd be easier if I showed you this. In this afternoon's paper.
Englishman found dead. Gordon Cochrane Thwaite. He died.
They found papers on Mr. Thwaite's person, which indicated he'd just formed a corporation with your husband.
What do the French police believe caused the death?
Thwaite visited the place in the company of another Englishman. Thwaite ordered a bottle of brandy. Apparently, as a result of a bet between the two men, Thwaite drank it all. The other man was not present when the actual tragedy happened. His name would appear to be Allbean or Holbein.
What? Allbeam or Holbeam?
Happen to know of any friend of Mr. Thwaite's who'd answer to such a name?
Oh, Old Bean! It's because Beaky called Johnny Old Bean. That's why I mistook it as Allbeam or Holbeam. So they don't suspect Johnny, but it's 100% Johnny planned the accident. because Johnny knew that the brandy would kill Beaky, especially since he drank such a large beaker of it. It was a planned murder.
I expect him this evening.
Would you ask him to ring me at the station?
What's up with that art? She knows.
He didn't go to Paris. He didn't go to Paris, I tell you.
Oh, it's denial again. Yeah, it can be really hard to believe that your husband's a murderer, and a liar, and a cheater, and a thief. Well, not a cheater, but, you know.
I was terribly fond of Beaky.
Were you?
Yes, dear. Next to you, I loved him more than anybody in the world.
The inspector wants you to phone them. I thought perhaps you could help identify this Englishman.
Oh,
Did you
man.
mention the corporation?
I told them that Beaky was planning to dissolve it.
Oh, I wish you'd left all that to me. Hello, Inspector. Well, I drove up to London with him on Tuesday evening. Then I saw him off at Croydon Airport. No, I stayed in London until this afternoon. Yes.
She's gonna find the author of a detective novel?
Isabel, may I come in?
You just did.
I couldn't put my light out till 3 this morning. I was so interested in your last book, I had to come over and talk to you about it.
That's the most thrilling compliment I ever got.
Yeah, the best compliment any author can get.
I always think of my murderers as my heroes.
Oh.
When he enticed his victim across the footbridge, knowing that the bridge had been sawn through...
He also knew that his victim couldn't swim.
Would you call that an actual murder?
It is murder. Same situation with this friend of his in Paris. The brandy business is just like my footbridge. The brandy thing isn't new at all, you know. Richard Palmer got rid of one of his victims that way.
Wait, some people are allergic to brandy or something?
The fool got bored with the brandy method and went on with real poison. Oh, now I remember. It's in your own house. Johnny borrowed it a couple of weeks ago.
Oh. Okay. Maybe I'll check out the thing about brandy. Is it poisonous? George Melbeck. If you could be patient a little while longer, I can find some other way to pay you back the money I owe you. Yep. Guarantor's Assurance. Life insurance company. Life insurance. Did he buy life insurance for Lena?
Good news?
Look, had a letter from old Spotty. He's going to India. What a life. May I have some more soap, monkey face?
There's some in the cupboard above the wash basin.
A loan of £500 against insurance policy, blah 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 blah. Such a loan cannot be granted. Payment can only be made in the event of your wife's death.
Darling, you're not shivering, are you?
I have a bit of a chill.
Darling, what are we doing tonight?
We're going to Isabel's to dine.
What a dangerous man to be around.
A certain note on the piano was wired to a revolver concealed in the wall paneling. When the victim struck this note, well, there you are.
Oh, interesting.
If you're going to kill somebody, do it simply. The most important thing is that no one should suspect me. For instance, poison. Just use the first one that came to my mind. Say, arsenic.
This very minute, there are hundreds of people who've committed murder and they're walking about freely.
Do you suppose those murderers are happy, Johnny?
I don't see why they shouldn't be.
Fear of discovery, my lad.
By now, someone would have discovered a poison that can't be traced. There is an untraceable poison, isn't there?
Nonsense, no such thing.
Oh, now, come. Do I look like a murderer?
That's an interesting question.
You don't know how murderers look like. They could look like anybody.
It's whether he or she is capable of murder.
Anyone is.
Oh, look at the expression on his face. Trying to look mysterious, are you? You couldn't commit a murder if you tried for 100 years.
No, I don't believe I could. Come along, take off your coat.
No, Johnny, please don't.
This reminds me of the day we first met on the top of the hill, when you wouldn't let me unbutton the top button of your blouse.
So he wasn't trying to fix her hair, he was trying to unbutton the top button of her blouse.
I don't know why. I'd like to be alone. Would you mind sleeping in your dressing room?
You used to sleep badly when I wasn't here, and now you...
Oh man, she just fainted right away.
I'll run down and tell Ethel to fix something for your supper.
He's 1 in a million, that Johnny of yours. If you leave me alone much longer with this husband of yours, my career will soon be over. He's worming all my secrets out of me. I suspect him of writing a detective story on the side.
The untraceable poison.
If he writes a story on that one before I do, I suppose I'll deserve it.
He'll play out that story.
It's undetectable after death.
What, cyanide? No, cyanide is not undetectable.
Well, not in the least. It would be a most pleasant death.
Oh, are you telling me she's ready to die for Johnny? Perhaps she's ready for it and she is afraid it'll hurt. I mean, almost anything can be poison if taken in large enough quantities. What's that? Looks like milk, but also not really.
You're still annoyed with me, aren't you?
Mother telephoned me and...
You got on that telephone awfully early, it seems to me.
Well, Mother gets up early and...
I'll run down and get the car ready.
Oh, no, don't. I'll drive myself.
I prefer to drive you.
"40 is still not very fast."
I think I'll take the shortcut.
Whoa. Whoa, he's really trying to push her off the cliff.
Johnny!
Oh no, maybe he's trying to reach for the car door and to close it.
I've had enough. How much do you think a man can bear? You almost killed us both back there. You had to pull away even when I was reaching over to save you from falling out of the car. Well, you don't have to put up with me anymore.
Why were you asking Isabel those questions about the poison? Johnny, you were going to kill yourself. My darling, my darling.
I can't pay it back. I tried to borrow on your insurance, but it didn't work.
Then you didn't go to Paris.
Think I'd have let some idiot give poor old Beaky that brandy if I had?
I was only thinking of myself, not what you were going through. If I'd been really close to you, you could have confided in me. But it'll be different now.
People don't change overnight, Lena. I'm no good. This isn't your problem, Lena.
But it is. You can't shut me out.
So you ended it right there. Like, we don't know if there's a conclusion. Did they solve the problem or not? Because I need to know whether he made the change and stuck with it. Like, did he carry through? Did he follow through and change his habits and turn over a new leaf? Did that happen or not? It's possible he could even go another way. Like, one is he turned over a new leaf. Another one, he just couldn't change no matter what. And ended up he became bankrupt or went to prison. And then, or he killed himself and widowed Lena. Like, so many possibilities. And you ended it right there. No wonder the movie is called Suspicion, because there was a whole lot of suspicion on Lena's part and also on my part. Like, I suspected Johnny without a doubt. Like, I 100% thought it was definitely him who killed Beaky so he could keep Beaky's money. But it seems like I was wrong. And I'm sure that's what the movie had intended for the audience to think. I'm sure that's what Hitchcock intended us to think when he made the movie. So now we know that Johnny is a liar, he's a thief, he is a gambling addict, but he is not a murderer. And he truly did love Lena because he would never have harmed her. So murder is his bottom line. He would never resort to murder. He could take people's money, but he wouldn't take people's lives. I have lent money to people before, and well, more than a few times, and what I've learned from that is 8 out of 10 times the person will not give you back your money. That is exactly why I don't usually lend out money anymore, because most of the time you shouldn't expect it back. I've lent money to people who I thought were friends, but turned out they weren't. And when you try to get your money back, you never hear from them again. They vanish, they disappear, and it sucks. But it's better to cut out these kind of people from your life. But of course, for those of you who have borrowed money from me and returned it, I know you're legit, okay? It's only those who borrow money and didn't return it and just vanish into thin air. And those people are the ones that I don't like. And there was even a friend who reminds me a lot of Johnny, because he borrowed money. And then every single time I ask him about it, he says, oh well, after another 2 weeks, after another month, after another 3 months, I'm gonna pay you back. I have this thing that's going on. Like, I for example, I took this new job, or I got this new opportunity, or I got this new business thing I'm running, and I'm gonna pay you back. And you keep asking and keep asking, and every time he gives you a different excuse until like it's been 2-3 years, and he just gives the same excuses continuously until eventually he just stops replying and he vanishes into thin air. And you know what? That's why I cut him out of my life. Like, that kind of person, I don't need him to be my friend at all. And that is one of the biggest lessons that I've ever learned about lending people money ever. And I was stupid enough to lend him my money more than once, even though he never paid me back at all. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, thrice, I'm the stupid one. Well, anyways, it's all in the past now. It was a valuable lesson, a very expensive lesson too, but nevertheless, it was a lesson learned, and it helped me avoid plenty of, money borrowing schemes after that. So yeah, good life lesson to learn. Johnny is not exactly a good person, but it was kind of wrong of me to suspect him for murder. All the evidence points to him murdering Beaky, and then he was so interested in the untraceable poison and all that, so it's kind of hard not to suspect him. And regarding Beaky's death, so apparently that Englishman who he also calls Old Bean is not Johnny, so he apparently calls every of his friends Old Bean. Let's check out the thing about brandy. So it says here, when consumed in greater quantities, brandy has side effects which include changes in the central nervous system, as well as a rapid drop in blood sugar known as hypoglycemia. Brandy can also adversely affect normal functioning of the liver and kidneys, as well as smooth functioning of the heart. So is Beaky a diabetic? No. Perhaps he has some allergies to brandy, or perhaps his body is just special and has that kind of reaction towards brandy. But seriously though, if you're allergic to something and you know it could kill you, you really shouldn't drink or eat it. What did you think about this character, Johnny? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the reaction, like and subscribe. And if you would like to watch my full reaction to this movie and all the other movies earlier than the YouTube version that comes out, then go check out my Patreon, because I post my full reactions 1 week or 2 weeks earlier than the YouTube version on YouTube. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.